up guys, welcome back. So today's Casemas Day 4, I think, video is a New Year's Eve grunge glam makeup tutorial. I really want to do a really grungy look for New Year's Eve because I love it. I felt like kind of 90s inspired today. I'm definitely gonna do some more glam and some more like natural looking New Year's Eve tutorials for you guys, as well as some Christmas tutorials. It's also super late at night. Well, not super late, it's like 7:30. That's late for me though. I never ever film like this late at night, so it's gonna take me like 10 hours to color correct this video, but hopefully it turns out okay. I'm either gonna go out for dinner now, or Hamish and I are gonna make something for dinner here, but I'm kind of like dressed up, so I'm like, I feel like I should go out for dinner. I think that's everything I had to say. I think. Hopefully you guys like the video and stay tuned. Oh, this video is a voiceover. That's what I was gonna say. I knew I was forgetting something. It's a voiceover because I honestly just felt inspired to create like some grungy kind of shiz on my face. So I decided just to do it a voiceover so I could get in the zone and create. So enjoy the video. So starting off with a little bit of a body glow today, I'm going in with the Loving Tan Bronze Shimmer. I love this for when my tan is coming off and I need to like have a little bit more longevity, but I'd actually done a fresh tan prior to filming this and I wanted to be super duper tanned for New Year's Eve. And plus we're doing something really grungy, so I always feel a little bit less dead when I have some more tan on. So I'm going in with the shade Dark and I'm just, you know, lubricating my body. Oh my god, well, why did I choose the word lubricating? We're then jumping in and we're going to hydrate the skin. I was going to say lubricate again, oh my god. We're hydrating the skin. This is the Clinique Dramatically Different Hydrating Jelly. Is that what it's called? Something like that. Yeah, I don't think I've ever, maybe I used it once, but I just wanted to try it out again because I haven't used it in a little while. So yeah, I'm just rubbing that into my skin as like my primer for today, just making sure the skin is nice and hydrated because we are using a quite matte foundation today. So I just wanted to make sure I have a very, oh my god, why do I keep going to say lubricated? Very hydrated base. Oh my god. So the reason I did the Loving Tan Bronze Shimmer first was because it always makes my skin so, I don't know what, more neutral or something, I'm not sure. All my foundations look really orange on me and like really yellow when I use that. So what I did was I'm using my MAC Studio Fix today in the shade NC35. This is my darkest foundation that I have. And I actually mixed it with the Cover FX bronzing drops. I can't remember the exact name, so I will leave them down below. My complete like logo of that packaging has like come off, so I can't even read it off the packaging for you guys. But yeah, I just mixed in a little bit of that and my foundation was still the tiniest little bit too like yellowy orange. It wasn't as neutral as I would have liked it for this tan, but I managed to make it work and it did make it a lot better. So if you guys ever are a little bit more tanned in summer or you're using fake tan or something, that's definitely a little trick. It's just to mix in a little bit of liquid bronzer and it kind of just neutralizes your foundation a little bit and also darkens it up. Then for concealer, I'm going in with the Born This Way Multi-Use Sculpting Concealer from Too Faced. It's in the shade Almond. I'm using quite a light shade. This is like my usual color that I use, but I'm not going up a color or anything like that. I'm sticking with the same one because I am using quite a dark foundation today and we are quite tanned. I want to bring some more light and life into the face. So yeah, I'm just going to highlight underneath my eyes. This is mainly just to color correct my dark circles and just cover them up a little bit. But with whatever's left over on my sponge after blending it out, I do just blend it around my face. So it's kind of like concealing and highlighting all in one. And I'm only using a very small amount because this is really good coverage. A little goes such a long way. And I really wanted to keep the base quite thin today. So if you guys haven't noticed, I'm not really packing on the coverage today. I find when I'm more tanned, I don't really need to cover up as much. So yeah, we're going fairly light on the base, but like still pretty glam. I'm then jumping in and I'm going to cream highlight the face. I love using cream highlighters just to add a really beautiful glow and luminosity into the skin. This one is from Anastasia and it is in the shade Perla. So stunning, you guys. I feel like it would work for like a range of skin tones. I use this when I'm really pale, and I use it when I'm quite tanned as well. And then I think they do have darker and lighter shades. But yeah, it's so beautiful. So I love using this by either tapping it onto my cheekbones and my face as I am here with just my fingertips. I find the warmth of your fingers really blends it into the skin and just kind of melts it and makes it look so natural, like that glow from within. Or sometimes I also like to mix it in with my foundation. So yeah, it just depends what I'm doing for that day. And I always take my beauty blender with all my cream products and whatever's left on there and just blend over top of them and just make sure everything's really seamless. For contour, I'm going in with my Charlotte Tilbury contour wand. I love this. This is really cool toned, so strictly just for contouring. I wouldn't use it for bronzing, otherwise you're gonna look a little bit dead. So I am just going in and I'm just contouring the areas of my face that I usually would. So, cheekbones, jawline. I look like I'm not touching my jawline, but I am. I'm just going in really, really lightly because this product does dry quite fast. So you do have to work quite quickly to blend it out, but it makes you look snatched. Like you guys will see in a minute, my jawline looks like, oh, so cut. Like it's so good. I usually like to blend out my cream contour products with a brush first and just roughly blend them out so they're not stuck to the skin in any like areas. And then I go back in with my beauty blender and just blend over top of it and make sure everything is really seamless. Once we're happy with how the cream products are looking on the skin, we're going to jump in with some translucent powder and just strategically set the skin. So if you're more oily, definitely go for it and set your whole face. But I find with MAC Studio Fix, I don't get too oily, and I wanted to keep the skin really light and fresh. Even though it looks like full coverage and really glam, I really didn't have like that much coverage on my skin, like layers wise. So yeah, just trying to keep everything really light. So basically I'm just setting underneath my eyes, my eyelids for when we go in with eyeshadows, and then I'm just setting like around my nose and my mouth and anywhere that I tend to get a little bit oily. Then to add a little bit more color back into the skin and look really sun-kissed and glowy, I'm going in with the Too Faced Dark Chocolate Soleil Bronzer. This one is really orangey toned, and I love it for when I want to do like really sun-kissed, glowy, bronzed up looks. So yeah, we're just adding a little bit of this into the skin. Anywhere that the sun naturally touches your face, feel free to skip this step if you don't really like bronzer or go to town like I am. I just love really sun-kissed skin. Then for blush, to add a little bit more color back into the skin, I'm obsessed with blush right now. This one is the Nude by Nature Desert Rose Blush. I don't use this much, but I was looking through my drawers and I didn't know what to use with a cool toned look. And I felt this one looked the most like my kind of bronzery sort of, I don't know how to explain it. I just felt like it would go with the bronzer and go with my skin and yet go with a cool toned look as well. So yeah, I feel like it turned out really pretty, really nice blush, and it looked really good on the skin, just kind of melted in with everything. It didn't look like a stripe. And then to further highlight the face, of course, I'm actually going in with the Fenty How Many Carats highlighter. So one of my subscribers said that she absolutely loved this for highlighting, and I was like, I don't want to use it because it looks so sparkly and glittery, and I felt like the last time I used it you could see the glitter on my skin, and that's so not the look that I like. But using it as a topper, it just looks so wet and glistening on the skin, and because this is like a New Year's Eve makeup tutorial, I really wanted it to be like sparkly and pretty. Jumping in and doing the eyes now, it's actually a really simple eye look. We're taking the Morphe 15N eyeshadow palette and we're jumping in with the shade Goals first. This is just kind of like a neutral brown. It's not too cool toned, it's not too warm. And we're just going to build this up in the crease as our transition shade. So these eyeshadows actually weren't as like creamy as I was hoping. The last time I'd used like the warm version of these palettes, I really liked it. But using this one, you guys can see like that it's just kind of patchy and a little bit dry. I don't know, I didn't love the palette. Like, the look turned out so nice, but I just didn't really love the formula of these eyeshadows. Then I went in with the shade Hello, and I'm just packing that all over the eyelids. Again, you guys can see that this shade is pretty patchy. So I just took my time blending and packing on the shade, building up the color, and, you know, just making sure everything was seamless and there was no patchiness or harsh lines. And I found that when I actually took the time to just blend and build a little bit at a time, it worked out really nicely. Then, because that shade just looked a little bit too, I don't know, like dull and like dead looking, I can't explain it, but it just didn't look finished. So I jumped in with the shade Va Va Voom, which is like a more burgundy toned, like grungy kind of shade, and I just literally packed that on top and then blended it into the crease and just kind of meshed those two colors together just to get like a custom sort of shade. And I really like how this look kind of turned out at this stage. And then with whatever's left over on that brush, I just took it on the lower lash line and just, you know, smoked it out a little bit, and yeah, nothing crazy for the lower lash line really. I then decided to jump in with the shade Illustrated. It's just a really pretty purpley shimmery shade, but it wasn't like popping out as much as I hoped it would. So I more just used it as a topper to kind of have a sheen on the eyelids, with those other shades we used as a base. And then I jumped in with the shade Diamond Dog, I believe it is, from Urban Decay. This eyeshadow is really, really cool. It's so sick. You guys can see, like, look how glittery that is. I just used this as a topper and just patted it onto my eyelid with my finger, and then just took that same fluffy brush and just kind of lightly blended out the edges. And I really love the look of this. I think it looks so, so beautiful. And then just to finish off with the inner corner, I took the shade Unique, just pretty much like a champagne silvery kind of shade. And yeah, I just added a little pop in the inner corner. And then before I go in with lashes, I just took the Kat Von D tattoo liner and just did a really thin line just so they would blend in nicely. So the lashes I used today are the Bold Face lashes in the style Lash Goals. You guys would have seen in my last video, I said that I was trying these out. Yeah, they're not my favorite brand of lashes ever, but I did really like this certain pair. So yeah, I feel like they looked really nice with the look. They were more of like a rounded type of lash, so they weren't super cat-eyed, and I feel like they looked really flattering because the eyeshadow is like a little bit more round and it's not tapered out as much. And then to blend those lashes together, I jumped in with the Marc Jacobs Velvet Noir mascara. Is that what it's called? Velvet? I feel like I'm forgetting the name. I'll leave it down below for you guys because I'm having like a brain fart. But I love it. You guys can see it made my bottom lashes super chunky, and oh, it's such a good mascara for like really impactful and like grungy kind of looks. So I really went ham with that and like did layers and layers on my lower lashes. And then for my lips, it took me so long to figure out what lip to do with this. I was going to do a darker lip, but it just didn't look right and I couldn't find the right toned lipstick. And then Hamish and I decided we were going to go out for dinner, so I was like, rushing, and I just wasn't sure, so I went with a nude. Of course, I just love a nude lip. It goes with everything. This one is from Nude Sticks. It's one of their lip pencils and it's in the shade Montague, I think. I'm not too sure how to say it, but it's like such a beautiful lip pencil. I really, really love it. And then I just finished off with the Kat Von D lip liner in the shade Hawkwind or Hawkwind. Again, I don't know how to say it, but I wanted to have more like of a 90s sort of spin on the lips, so that's why I did a darker lip liner, and then I just used my finger to like kind of blot it in and finish off the look. But that pretty much sums up this toot, you guys. So I really hope that you guys loved it. If you wear it for New Year's or if you recreate it, definitely tag me on Instagram so I can see your recreations, because it would make me so, so happy. Subscribe if you haven't already, like this video, and turn on notifications so you never miss any of my uploads, especially during Casemas. And I will see you guys tomorrow for the next video.